I frequently, and somewhat apocryphally, say that I have Sarah Palin to thank for planting the seed for this book. In 2009, I was deep in the weeds of Catholic natural law theory, with the intent of examining its influence on constitutional interpretation and Supreme Court decision-making. Then my partner sent me a clip of Palin talking about inalienable rights in a way that conjured the natural law, and asked me to explain why Palin, a self-identified charismatic evangelical, was using language traditionally associated with Catholic thought. I had no ready answer to explain what looked like a crossover of Catholic doctrine into evangelical political discourse. So I began digging and found that Palin employed a conservative who was raised Catholic as her primary speechwriter during her failed run for vice president in 2008. I then read her autobiography, Going Rogue, and it struck me that Palin's rhetoric seemed to gesture toward ideas and language I associated with the Catholic tradition of natural law. But this only raised more questions, the more perplexing of which was, when and how had conservative Catholics and Protestants become political bedfellows on the American right? If they had converged, as I began to think was the case, what had motivated their union? Moreover, how was a coalition between the two built and mobilized? Were they brought together by a reactionary backlash to progressive rights? Or were conservative Catholics and Protestants united by a shared vision of what the future could hold, and a collective desire to transform American politics that transcended doctrinal differences and identity-based hostilities toward one another? These are the questions that came to animate this book.